the dictionary gave us the moral code and wholeness, but didn't give us the who's moral code and what exactly needs to be there for me to be whole enough for integrity to exist within me or my organization. A meaningful, workable definition of integrity was needed because the current one was too vague and subject to interpretation. So the two reasons that I was needing to do this, one was there weren't any specifics. It wasn't measurable. And the second was nowhere in there does it say that it's actually a good thing. But we know in our heads that to have integrity it's something we want. We want to be seen as having it, particularly when we are in business. To be seen as lacking integrity is to not have clients, or at least not repeat clients. So the thing that actually triggered this thought for me was, I can't remember how many years ago now, about 10, 12 years ago, I came across a quote from this guy. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Yes, it reads like a bumper sticker, I know. I was sucked into this, not because it promised happiness, but I was sure there was something more to it than that, something that isn't in the words, but maybe in the relationships between them. I was running a branding and advertising agency, and pretty quickly, I would say it took me maybe a month, I reoriented my entire business around this basic philosophy. And in doing so, went from landing about 1 in 5 pitches when I go out and I try to sell a service to somebody. So I went from about 1 in 5 to 4 out of 5 over a period of 6 months, which is ridiculous. Nobody makes that kind of record in sales and in marketing and advertising, even when going up against the very biggest and best agencies in the world. Tens of thousands of times the size of my little agency. This is not supposed to happen. So this guy, Gandhi, he had plenty of writings on integrity, but that's in his writings on integrity, he never distilled it as clearly as he did here when talking about happiness. And I know it seems a little pop psychology-like, but there is real power in this.